This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Parker, Colorado. I'm here at the Harry and Jacqueline Samora Foundation. Since 2007, this nonprofit has been dedicated to providing essential support and resources to children in need. I'm joined here by Mia Samora, who is the founder of the organization. Thanks so much for joining us here today.
My pleasure.
I'm going to start off a little bit about yourself. On January 20th, 2007, your life was forever changed. Share with our viewers, first of all, who was Harry Samora, and tell us what happened.
Harry was my firstborn. He was my miracle baby. I had several miscarriages, and it took me 12 years to get pregnant with him. And so I finally was able to sustain a pregnancy with some help. And he gave me 8 years and 51 days of absolute bliss. He was cantankerous, he was playful, he was stubborn, he was very spoiled, very, very spoiled. He frequented the principal's office frequently, like a lot. But he was an avid reader. He was reading at like a 6th grade level in like 1st grade. And so he was like tutoring kids that older than him when he was in 1st grade even. He cared about people very much. He cared about children specifically. So if there was a child in the nurse's office, you know, he would always request that he do his homework or his classwork in the nurse's office so the child wouldn't be alone. And he was just all about kids. I mean, we even had a conversation about cemeteries, and he thought that was a waste of space. He's like, Mom, they're not there. So why shouldn't this be a park for kids to play in, you know, instead of a place to put bodies that have no soul in them anymore? And, you know, anyway, he was incredible. He was a lot of fun. He was crazy, loved to dance. But most of all, he just loved making people smile.
I noticed a lot of folks out there, especially the kids out there, totally missed him in the classroom, totally missed smiles they put on their faces. I mean, obviously this is somebody who added a lot of life to anybody.
Oh, absolutely. Harry was large. And that was the thing. He lived large. That was his thing. And I'm trying to think of what they wrote. They etched it into the glass at the school, and it's something to the effect of "live large every day," you know. And that was in memory of Harry. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me, why the decision for you to start the Memorial Foundation in the first place, but also to do it rather quickly?
Well, Harry's birthday is December 1st. So he died January 20th, 2007, and on his very first memorial birthday, I thought, okay, I'll have a memorial birthday party. And I invited all his classmates and kind of did the same thing had he, you know, truly physically been there.
Yeah.
So we collected about $300 of toys, and I donated them to Children's Hospital because I knew that's something that would make Harry happy. And then after I did it, it felt good and it felt right, you know, to make something good happen in a result from something tragic. And so I was like, I can do this, you know, so I started doing annual toy drives and started asking businesses around Parker to support me and put toy box drop spots up. Sorry.
Yeah.
And so it's grown since then.
It's kind of grown its own.
It's grown. But the whole key here, I guess my whole point is my son's not here physically to have his name live on. So I feel like it's my job as his mother to have his legacy continue. And so that's what I do. And, you know, since then, you know, we now have scholarships at ACC.
Yeah.
We have, you know, we feed the homeless. We do, you know, 60 to 80.
I'm going to get into so much of that. I mean, quite honestly, I've been doing this for many years. Here we are in 2023. And sadly, in 2023, the foundation name changed.
Yeah.
And basically, Jacqueline was added. Share with me what happened and who's Jacqueline?
I'm not sure if you want all this information, but I'll give it to you.
Yes, I do.
Jacqueline was sexually abused when she was 9 by her step-uncle. And the result of that was that side of the family turned against her. Her father everybody, and it was very traumatic. I mean, the molestation was hard enough, but I think she could have overcome that had she not been, completely disvalued, whatever. Anyway, and then when she was 15, I put her in therapy and everything, and she was doing well, getting straight A's. She was going to be a doctor. She got raped by the security guard at Ponderosa High School, and he was very loved by the student body because he used to cover, for them to have sex in the closets and do all kinds of stuff. And so the entire community turned against her. So when you have trauma like that, her initial trauma was 9. So when that happened, when she was 15, it reverted right back to that 9-year-old brain, thinking, this is, I'm not valued, and she just emotionally was not mature in that way. So we've been battling ever since then, depression.
Yeah.
And so, in and out of mental hospitals. And then in the end of March of this year, early April, there was a nurse that was being inappropriate to her. And I told her, you're not 15. I can't report this for you. You've got to do this. And so she did. She reported her. And the lady got fired. And then a couple weeks later, she sent Jacqueline text messages that she should die, that she wasn't, that she was rotten and the world would be better without her. And a lot of other nasty, heinous messages. And Jacqueline reverted back to that 9-year-old brain again. And she took her life on June 20th. So.
And here we are in 2023. We're getting ready to go to 2024. This tragedy will now continue still to serve children that are in need. Mm-hmm. Who are the recipients? I mean, what are the ages that your organization tends to help?
We help infants to 18. That's what we collect toys for. And then the scholarships, obviously, college appropriate age. There's no max age on that, but they get special preference if they attended schools in Parker. So especially Legacy Point, that's right on the scholarship. If they attended Legacy Point Elementary, they go really to the top of the list right away of being considered for the scholarship.
Up to 18 years old then, and we're talking kids. Children that are in need, families that are in need who may be going through a crisis. You're no stranger to heartbreak. Mm-mm. Do your past and your present struggles create kind of compassion for these families in the same way?
Absolutely.
Or what do you feel when you're able to help like that?
I feel amazing. I went to ACC, so that's part of why I want their name to live on there. I was a single mom, and after my son died, my ex-husband stopped paying child support, and I literally had like $20 to my name, and I started rolling burritos. I had Mama Mia's burritos, and I started hoofing it up and down Parker Road, just trying to make sure I didn't lose my house, right? And so I ended up, I was servicing like 15 or 16 coffee shops with burritos in Colorado Springs and Denver, and I was able to go to school. I got a bunch of scholarships at Arapahoe Community College because I was a single mom, and I have a significant, background story. So I broke records there. I think I got like 17 or 18 scholarships in my 2 years there. Okay. I have to give back. Yes. I have scholarships there in my name as well, but that's not really what this is about. But for single moms, specifically for single moms. But I think I've forgotten the question.
No,
I got a lot.
You really answered it for me, which was the fact that there is something to giving back. You're somebody who can say, I've been there and I've done that. Mm-hmm. And so that alone has to be of great comfort for a lot of people that you help. What would you say is the primary way this foundation helps? Would it be, are you known for the toy drive? Is that one of the things that really people seem to gravitate to?
Yeah, the toy drive, absolutely. Absolutely. That's the number one, under the umbrella of all the things that we do. That's the thing I think that turns people on the most. And it adds to the piles of smiles. We're bringing smiles to children that are sick in the hospital, which is what Harry wanted. He wanted children to smile. It's hard to smile when you're not feeling well.
I think a lot of these ways that you do have his signature on it, but really the toys has his signature on it, because that would seeing the kids smile, seeing things that it's not just necessities, but you know what, give me a smile, give me something more. So I think that's important. I mean, toy drives are just one of the ways you help those in need, not only locally but in dozens of other states. How have your efforts expanded beyond here in Colorado?
Well, I was working for a home health care company that was located in 24 states, and they agreed to do the toy drive. So, just put the boxes up and then count the toys and deliver them to the local children's hospitals. So,
excellent. For young adults, you provide scholarships in Harry Samora's memory. Who and how do these scholarships help others? What have you seen specifically, maybe something you can remember?
Well, there's been a lot of kids that, struggled, financially. They don't come from well-to-do families, and without these scholarships, they may not be able to attend. If nothing else, maybe it helps them because, just meet their needs financially each month or whatever through the semester, because most people at community colleges have to work. So they don't have the time, to do that. And that's why in the scholarship criteria, they don't have to have straight A's either. They just have to have an essay that says, I'm a fighter and I'm not going to give up and I'm going to make something good come out of bad. I'm not going to lay down and die and say, woe is me, and have a pity party. You're going to go forward.
Do you think someone like Harry would qualify for that right there? Just what you described, somebody who's maybe a fighter. What did you envision as you seen him grow?
Well, he did get good grades.
Because what did you envision?
He was very intelligent. But what did I envision for Harry's life? Or what?
Yeah, I was just wondering, as far as what you envisioned him to be back then, when you looked at how he helped others, what did you picture was going to be maybe his path? Did you ever think, or was it always for the present, that he was just touching lives at that moment?
No, I think he probably would have been, a great teacher, an educator. I can see him just working with children. I can absolutely see him working with children. Maybe a pediatrician, he loved reading, and, he did very well academically. He just, he'd get his work done and then he'd goof off and make everybody laugh. So, hence the trips to the principal's office. But he was a good student. He was a very good student.
This is obviously a nonprofit. The lifeblood of any organization is the donors out there, people who volunteer. How can people donate? How can they help out in these efforts?
Through the Facebook page, there will be links on the Harry Samora Memorial page, which I'm having difficulty changing the name to Harry and Jacqueline. I'm working on that right now. But it'll be on my page, Mia Samora, all the links to donate. Checks can always be mailed to me directly as well, and that will be on Facebook and so forth.
We'll put that all at the bottom of the screen as well, so people can reach out in that way. The goal is to make sure children have access to the resources they need to thrive and succeed, all done in Harry and Jacqueline's memory. Is this rewarding work for you as you start again in 2023? Is it a new outlook, or do you continue forging ahead in the same way you have in the past years?
I'm absolutely forging ahead. With the addition of my daughter's death, it just motivates me all the more to make a bigger impact and have both of their names now never forgotten. I just feel it's my responsibility and my job. But I've struggled before. I was on food stamps at one time. I didn't know how I was going to make my bills every month. So, and I've had children in the hospital, and that's a horrible feeling. So, making children smile and helping people to build a better life for themselves, I'm all for it.
Forge ahead, and that's all you do. I appreciate you telling me and sharing our story with our viewers. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is the website. You'll have the Facebook page there where you can actually donate and help out. This is basically an organization that's been doing this for many years, but obviously it's a nonprofit. They need your help as well to really put smiles on children's faces. You can learn more about the organization on their Facebook page. If you can donate, please do so. The contact information is on the website as well to help, or really to get help help from this children's charity. Once again, that is Harry and Jacqueline Samora Memorial Foundation, where love is love and we can all make a difference. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.